When you look at a house online here, you'll see a property tax number on the listing. That number is the seller's tax bill. It's very likely not going to be your tax bill. In some cases, the difference is a few $100s a month. I've seen it change what someone can afford. So let me explain how this works, because it takes about a few minutes and it's the most useful thing I can tell you before you buy here in Pittsburgh. Hi, my name is Bayram Önder Khan and I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty North Hills office. A quick note before I start, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a tax advisor. This is general information about how the system works. So for your own property, talk to a professional. Everything I mention is linked in the description. First thing to understand, in Allegheny County, you don't get one property tax bill. You get three. One from the county, one from your municipality, which is your city, borough, or township, and one from your school district. The school district bill is usually the biggest of the three by a wide margin, often more than the other two combined. And here's why that matters. Each of these bodies sets its own rate. So the same house at the same price can have a very different tax bill depending on which side of the street it sits on. This is why I always tell people to compare the monthly payment, not the purchase price. Two houses listed at $400,000 can cost you meaningfully different amounts every month. Now here's the part that surprises people from out of state. Allegheny County has not done a countywide reassessment since 2012. So the assessed value on a house, the number your taxes are actually calculated from, is often nothing like what the house is worth today. A home that sells for $400,000 might be assessed at $180,000. The state handles that gap with something called the common level ratio. It is set each year. In plain terms, it means assessments across this county run at roughly half of the current market value. I'll link the official page with the current ratio in the description because it does change year to year. Okay, here's the piece that catches buyers. In many municipalities, once a property sells, the school district can file an appeal based on what you paid for it. Think about what that means. The seller has been paying taxes on a 2012 assessment. You buy the house at today's price, the district appeals, the assessment gets moved up toward what you paid, and your tax bill goes up the following year. So the number you saw on that listing was never going to be your number. Now the good news. This is completely predictable. You can estimate your post-sale tax bill before you ever write an offer. You need the sale price, the current ratio, and the 3 mileage rates for that municipality. That's it. I run this math for my clients on every property before they make an offer, not after. It takes about 15 minutes and it changes what people are willing to bid. If you're working with an agent here and they're quoting you the listing's tax number, ask them to run the post-sale number instead. 2 practical items, and the second one has a deadline. First, the Homestead Exclusion. If the house is your primary residence, in PA, you have an exclusion that will lower your taxable assessment. It's not automatic, you have to apply for it. A lot of people never do, and they just keep overpaying. If you bought recently, check whether you filed. And the second, appeals. If you think your assessment is too high, you can appeal it. Every year there's a window. And right now, appeals for the year 2027 are open. The window runs from July 1st through September 1st of 2026. There is no fee to file. You can do it online, by mail, by email, or in person. So, if you're watching this when it goes up, you have few weeks. That comes straight from the county and the link is below. That's the whole system in few minutes. If you're buying here, send me the address and I'll run the post-sale tax estimate for you before you write anything. No charge, no obligation. It's the single most useful thing I do for buyers early on. Call or text me at 412-689-0035 and my website is kan.realtor. And if you already own here, go look at your assessment this week. That deadline is real. One more time, I'm not a lawyer or a tax advisor. Talk to a professional about your own situation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.